Are you one of the many who says that I have tried everything, but I can't solve the problem? Then sit back and listen to the success story of an athlete who created an Olympic record by his out-of-the-box thinking. Welcome to my channel, Kalani Pep Talks, and you're listening to Evya. It was on the 6th of March, 1947. Richard Douglas Fosbury was born in the USA. He was very active in sports during his school days, but his skills were not up to the mark, nor he was able to excel in any sport that he played. He participated in many running competitions and could only win in the 4th or 5th positions. This really put Fosbury down, but he didn't give up his motivation. He sought help from his PT master, who looked at him and said, "You look tall, so why don't you give high jump a try? Probably that could be yours." Fosbury then started to focus on high jump. However, he couldn't compete with his co-players, who were easily jumping off 5 feet. It was this time when Fosbury started thinking that he should do something different so that he can overcome the barrier. He thought out of the box and came up with a new way to jump, that is, jumping backwards. Usually until then, athletes used the traditional straddle method to jump the barriers by lifting their body and having their legs cross the hurdle, followed by the rest of their body. But Fosbury tried something new, where he galloped from a distance and lifted his body, flopped backwards, which helped him to cross the barrier with ease. Here is the genius of Fosbury's way of jumping comes to play. The physics behind high jump is based on the body's center of mass. Every object has a center of mass. A regular shape like a rectangle or a sphere has the center of mass at the center. An irregular shaped object, too, has a balancing point, which is under the center of mass. Similarly, a human body while standing has the center of mass at the center of the body. As the body moves, the center of mass keeps moving, and sometimes it can be outside the body too, when it bends over. In the traditional straddle jumping method, the athlete must lift the center of mass above the barrier to cross it. However, in Fosbury's way of jumping backwards, the center of mass is outside the body and well below the barrier. The secret to high jump is to keep the center of mass at the lowest when being able to lift the body high. This method of jumping was never done by anyone till that time. Every spectator and trainers were baffled by this method and were also surprised to see Fosbury jumped great heights easily. He won many matches and finally entered the Olympics. In 1968 Olympics, Mexico, he used his method and jumped over a breathtaking 2.24 meters. This was the first time in the history of Olympics that anyone jumped such a height. He broke all the past records and created a baffling new world record. Later, his jumping method became so famous that every athlete followed this method to cross tall barriers. Till date today, this method of jumping is being used and is even called the Fosbury flop method after his name. This is the story of an athlete who turned a feat where he was performing average into a world record event by simply thinking out of the box. He didn't just create history, but also changed the way a sport is played once for all. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you don't miss any of my interesting videos.